I'm Cathy Adams. I am Director of the Legal Advisors team in the Department for Exiting the European Union. So I am responsible for the legal team that is in charge of giving legal advice to the government, the Prime Minister and the government on Brexit. So I've been there for about 2.5 years. The Department for Exiting the European Union was created after the EU referendum in 2016, and it's a new department, so they had to bring in staff from all over the rest of government. I spent most of my career in the Foreign Office as a lawyer, so because leaving the EU is something which requires sort of knowledge of international law and EU law, it seemed like a really interesting opportunity, so I jumped at it and volunteered and stepped up, and it's certainly something that keeps me very busy at the moment. So what I really like about being a government lawyer, both in my current job and my previous roles, is that you get to work at the heart of government. You get to shape the law, help the law develop, help government policy develop. You get to work on issues which really matter to people. I have a particular interest in international law and European law. I've worked on that for 20 years or thereabouts. And in addition to working on issues which are sort of on the front pages of the newspapers, which is really it gives you quite a thrill. I get to you get to travel abroad, you get to do international negotiations. There's lots of exciting opportunities in this field. So I think I knew I was interested in law from an early stage. Many years ago there was a TV program, most people watching these videos won't remember it because it's quite a long time ago. It was a program called The Paper Chase. It was a bit like a sort of forerunner of Friends in a way. Friends set in a law school in America, and there was this group of law students, and they did interesting issues around the law, but they also had quite a good time, and that sort of got me interested in the first place. And then my mother was a social worker, and she was working in childcare. And so I used to talk to her quite a lot about sort of ethical issues, what happens when children are at sort of risk from their parents, when do you step in, what's the balance of sort of rights between the child and the parent, and those kind of things. So that got me interested in ethics, and that set me on a path to study law at university. And a lot of people do become lawyers when they've done other things at university, when they've studied other subjects and so on. But I found it really beneficial to study law because you get to see the full spectrum. The things I liked best about studying law were actually not the core subjects that you have to do to become a lawyer, like contract law and commercial law, but actually the more out of the way things like criminology or family law and some of these other sort of more niche subjects. So I think, as I've progressed as a lawyer and become a sort of legal leader, if you like, I think the best piece of advice I've had is that you can succeed by being yourself, being authentic. Try not to be something that you're not, and you can succeed that. And there's a way to succeed by being, there's diversity in leadership as well as other kinds of diversity, and you don't have to be, there isn't a cookie cutter, there isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of a leader, and I think that's equally relevant to lawyers who kind of progress through their careers. I think it's really important to follow your heart in a way. Lots of people I know, friends, colleagues, family, have sort of done what they thought they needed to do or thought they what other people thought they should do. But I think you spend so much of your life at work. It's actually really important to try and do something that really enthuses you. I've been lucky, I found that with the law. I got really enthusiastic at university about international law, and I've been able to pursue a career in that field, which has been great. So yeah, find something that enthuses you and pursue that goal.